I wanted to address puppy biting in this video. Puppy biting, teething on furniture, all those sorts of things. So let's start with 3 preventions and then we'll move in how to actually address the issue. So the first prevention is starting off with the type of dog you get. This is a mini Bernedoodle. What you're basically looking to avoid is any working lines or dogs that have a high energy output. Malinois, Dutch Shepherds, working line, German Shepherds, those sorts of things. Working line, Golden Retrievers, working line, Yellow Labs. You're looking for show lines. Those will have lower energy outputs. Looking past that, because you've already probably got your pup, you want to make sure that your dog, whatever energy output it has, is getting the exercise it needs. So you want to make sure you're getting him out early in the morning, whatever time he's waking up, and running around. You can play some tug. You can play a good game of tug with him and have him chase a ball. So get him his exercise, and that'll help prevent biting or teething, especially if you're playing a game of tug. That helps loosen their teeth, because that's why they're teething. The reason why they're teething is because they've got all of these loose baby teeth and they're bothering them, just like with little kids, they'll wiggle their teeth around. That's what the dog's trying to do, but they don't have hands to wiggle their teeth around. So the dog's just trying to wiggle its teeth out of its mouth. It's got all these little baby teeth and it's growing in the adult canines. And then the next thing is you want to allow the dog to have toys around the house that it can chew on, so that you can tell it, no, you can't chew on the furniture, no, you can't chew on my hands. And you also want to separate some toys that are just for you and the dog playing. So if you have a retriever, maybe that's a ball. If you have a mastiff, maybe that's a tug toy. Find some toys, separate those off. Those are just for you and the dog. And then have a few toys like, I don't know, maybe a rope that you'll have lying around. And then maybe some sort of hard toy like a Kong maybe, that the dog can just chew on constantly to help loosen up the canines. And as for getting your puppy to stop chewing on the furniture, you want to make sure that they have enough hard chews. So get them something like a bully stick. That'll be a hard chew for them, because they're probably chewing on your furniture because they need a hard chew, something to really loosen up their teeth. And then you want to make sure that your young puppy, little puppy, so if they're under, let's say, 20 weeks, you want them on a leash. It can be a long line, it can be something like this. This is only like 4 feet long. You want them to be able, you want to be able to correct them constantly, and you also want to be able to have some treats on you to tell them when they're doing a good job. Like him, he's just sitting here with me, doing an awesome job at that. So you want to always be able to tell them when they're doing a good job and when they're doing a bad job. So they're either in the crate or on a leash and collar, or just you can have a slip lead like he's got on right here, slip lead. So if he was to mess up, if he was to start nipping at me, I could just use the leash, pop, he'd stop. And then same idea with the furniture. You can use the leash and tell them, no, that's not okay, and give them a slight correction. You can just yank on the lead and that'll tell them to stop. And if that doesn't work, you can yell at them, just one yell, no, no, really loudly, and then normally that'll stop. Or you can no and clap and then scruff the dog, all within the span of like 1 second or 1.5 seconds. And then the dog will understand when you do that, you do not like what they just did. So you say no, you clap, stop doing whatever they're doing. The puppy will begin to understand that after like 1 rep. And then as for preventing biting, as for treating the biting, like stopping it, what you'll want to do is there's a few methods. Number 1, you can scruff the puppy. So what you'll want to do there is you can take the back of his neck and just yank back. You want to get a little yelp. That means the dog's like, I don't like that. And you'll probably have to do that somewhere between 2 and 5 times, and the dog will stop nipping at you. You have to time it properly though. So the dog starts nipping you or just starts nipping you, and then you scruff them. Next, you can pinch their lip like that. I'm not doing it, but I'm just showing you. You roll their lip in I show this in my How to Teach Your Dog to Out video a little bit better with my other dog. With my dog, this isn't my dog. So you can roll their lip in and you pinch it against the roof of their mouth, and they hate that. Again, you'll have to do it a few times, but they get the gist and they'll stop biting you. That's why he's not biting, because we've gone through it a few times. They will lick though, they still lick. You can correct that, same idea, scruff if they lick, but I don't mind the licking. And then another way to correct it is you take the dog, you flip them over onto their side, and you pin them there. I don't really like this method too much. It's very harsh. Break. It's very harsh, but you can do that. That method definitely works. And then the last method that I'm going to talk about, leave a comment if you want me to make a part 2, but I think that the methods in this video will be sufficient enough to stop any puppy from biting, but if you want more methods, I'll make a part 2. The last method I'm going to talk about is you can yip and stand up, and the puppy loses access to you as a playmate. So you're playing a game, and then the puppy bites you, you go, ow, and then you stand up and walk away. And then he loses access to you as a playmate. You can re-engage the play in about 10 seconds. And then every time he or she nips at you, loses access to you as a playmate. Some dogs that works with. My Mastiff it didn't work with, my Italian Mastiff. She just wanted to keep playing. She would run after me and bite at my legs. It was kind of funny, but we stopped that real quick. She no longer nips. That's how you teach your dog to stop nipping. Leave a comment telling me what type of videos you'd like to see in the future. Tell me how these methods work for you and your puppies. And have a good time training your dogs, y'all.